Hello everyone, welcome to Rachel Pichler Yoga. In case we haven't met before, my name is Rachel. We're doing a very short and sweet full body flexibility practice today. I'm going to use one block just to bring the ground up towards me for a few things. It's just optional. A little bit of space to move would be good though, and let's get started. So we will begin today in child's pose. I am going to make use of my block in almost everything that we do today. But remember, it is optional if you don't have a block to use. But let's bring our knees out nice and wide, sit back on the heels, and then we're going to rest our right cheek down first, whether it's on the ground or on your block. Just trying to bring the chin towards the left shoulder a little bit. And maybe a nice neck stretch. So it might be more your ear than your cheek, but if you can start to let your chest get a little bit heavier too, you might feel the nice neck stretch, but you can always take some weight into the arms if you need. If you don't want any weight in your arms, you might bring them to your sides, the sides of your legs, maybe letting your palms face up. But be gentle with the neck. Take a moment to soften through your shoulders. We're going to take just one more breath on this side and then bring your hands down so that you can push into them to lift your head up. And then we'll switch cheeks, left cheek down, either on the ground or maybe on your arms or on your block. Bringing the chin towards the right shoulder. Again, maybe you continue to take some weight into your hands, into your arms, or maybe you bring them to your side. Let your chest get a bit heavier. Let's take just one more breath here and then bring your hands so that you can push into them and lift up. We can bring our hips off of the heels too and find tabletop. So maybe taking a gentle sway of your hips side to side. We're going to stay in tabletop. So I'm going to keep my block under my chest. We're just going to be reaching our left arm in front and then trying to bring the right arm either to the ground or on top of your block. So if you can get your arm to come down, maybe your entire tricep between the elbow and the shoulder can rest on your tiny block. Maybe your entire arm is on the ground, and then your left hand, it can stay in front, it can take some of the weight, or it can come a little more to your side to get a bit more weightless. But we're just trying to relax through the right arm here. Maybe that block is pushing the arm towards the chest, giving you a nice stretch through the shoulder. Maybe this is too much and you do not want to be on the block. Just another breath here though. It's a little bit more work because our head can't touch down. So we can lift up, push into your left hand so that you can lift up and off of your right arm. Sit back for a second if you want to take a shoulder roll. And then again, we want to find that sweet spot, that meaty part of our arm. So not the elbow, not the top of the shoulder, but we want to be kind of on the soft portion of our upper arm if you are using the block. A little less to think about if you're just going to bring your arm to the ground, but take your time to rest your left arm on top or on the ground. Maybe reaching the right arm forwards. Maybe it's staying at your side. We're just trying to let the chest get heavy. Laying on that arm a little bit. And also relaxing through the left arm too. I like to turn the palm to face up. Relax the fingers. Awesome, you guys. Slowly push into your right hand. Lift up and off of your arm. Maybe sit back. Take a shoulder roll if you'd like. Maybe even a neck roll since we had to keep our head lifted up there. A little roll from side to side might feel good. And then we're going to be coming forwards onto our tummies. So lay on your belly. I am going to just have my block here. It's not going to do too much, but tuck your elbows under your shoulders. Let your palms face down. If you've got a block to use, you may as well just hook your thumbs and your first fingers on the outer edges of it. This holds your hands in place. Take an inhale and drop your shoulders from your ears. Squeeze your glutes a little. Push your hips into the ground. Start to feel the love through your back. Relax your face, your sphinx. You can stay here, or you can bring your hands out wider and then maybe lift the elbows. If you want more on your back, squeeze the glutes, drop the shoulders. Maybe feel stretch through your belly. Take one more inhale. And then as you exhale, we're going to start to rest the chest back down. If you've got a block there, move it out of the way. Bring your hands on top of one another, maybe the forehead on top of that. And then if you want a gentle sway of the hips side to side, you can add that in as well. You can start to bring your hands under the shoulders. We're going to push ourselves back up onto our knees, so into our tabletop first. Maybe you'll take a little sway of the hips side to side, and then we're going to cross our ankles and sit down. So with our legs out in front, have your block close by just in case. But we'll start with our knees bent, maybe pointing the toes up, lengthening through the spine. We're going to take this into a forward fold. So maybe it looks like this, knees bent. Maybe you're sitting tall the whole time. Maybe you start to tip forwards, your chest towards your knees. But if the legs do want to straighten a bit, they can. You can reset, re-lengthen the spine, tip back down. I want you to keep just little micro bends through the knees, soft back of the knees, especially if you're going to join me and bring your heels on top of your block. I want you to keep that micro bend through your knees, and this one, be careful. You do not have to have your heels on your block, but if you do, I want those nice soft knees, so a nice micro bend. You might find that it's more work than it is enjoyable, so it's just optional. Point your toes up maybe, lengthen your spine too, stay here, or maybe you're gonna start to tip forwards, and then the more your hamstrings are open, the smaller that micro bend through your knee may be. So it might look like your legs are straight, but there is still a little bend there. Take one more breath in whatever forward fold you happen to be in. And then you can use an inhale to lift back up. If you're folding forwards, bend your knees a lot now so that you can hug your knees. Take a rock side to side if you'd like. We are going to lay down, and if you have a block to use today, we're going to find a supported fish pose. You might have a few different heights to choose from. I am going to go for the high side. So your head is going to be resting on the ground. Your chest is going to be lifted. If you don't have a block, your chest will just be lifted as you come onto your forearms, as you lay back onto your forearms and hold your upper body up if you don't have a block to lay on. If you have a block to lay on, it's going to be such a nice little massage. But letting your head fall back so that your head is touching down. It's not lifted. You don't have any work to hold your head up. You can take your legs out long, maybe bring them nice and close together. You might even take your hands underneath your hips to snug the elbows, the arms into your side. Now, if you are on a block, you can start to lift your head. Maybe hold your head in your hands. If you're not on a block, a little harder to keep the chest lifted and lift the head, holding it in your hands. So you can lay flat on your back. But if you're comfortable staying on your block just a little longer, just hold your head up in your hands. Feel the corners of the block pressing into your back, as long as it feels good. Then if you do have a block under you, sit up so that you can take it out. We'll all be flat on our backs, no blocks to be needed. You can rest the back of your head down as well. Maybe bending the knees and rocking them side to side. If you want to hug your knees in towards your chest, you can do that too. And then we're going to let our knees fall over towards the left side just for a very short and sweet twist. Let them tip over to the side. Keep your shoulders down. Feel the twist through your back. Let an inhale, lift your legs up out of your twist. You can go to the other side when you're ready. Not here long, but let the legs get a little heavy, a little comfortable. And slowly lifting your legs back up and out of your twist. You might hug your knees in towards your chest again. You might even open your knees out wide. Maybe the big toes will stay together. Maybe you can even reach for your feet and encourage the soles of your feet together, feeling the hips a little bit more. Sending your low back down. Press it into your mat. And if you have your knees out wide, just start to guide them back together slowly. And eventually sending your legs out long and your feet out wide. Setting up for Shavasana. Whatever that is going to look like for you today, however long it is going to last. Thank you so much for joining me, and Bo wanted to say hello as well. Enjoy the rest of your day, and until next time, namaste.